Good evening, my darling batlings. I hope everyone's had a fantastic day today. I actually got to get some exercising done, thankfully. So I'm feeling good and energized. I just had some pizza, so pizza time has commenced.
I, dumbass, forgot to load up the Twitch stream. I got distracted. Sorry, Ari.
Yes, I know that you tend to get distracted. It's almost like you have an attention deficit hyperactive disorder or something.
You know what? Someone should put that on a t-shirt.
Somebody should come up with a name for that condition.
Yeah.
I'm not good at coming up with names for stuff. Look at me. I named myself Maxine Arikado. And I keep forgetting the Orlock because I keep forgetting it. I don't have an excuse, I just keep forgetting it. So I know we were scheduled to do Metal Gear 2 Solid Snake tonight, but I've had a schedule shake-up, as you probably may be able to notice from my Twitch schedule, which I'm going to update the schedule for my social medias soon enough. Tonight's going to be some Viewtiful Joe, which I've been wanting to do for years. And then Friday is going to be Psychonauts. Saturday is going to be the original God of War. And then Sunday is Sonic Frontiers still. And with that out of the way, I think it's time we Henshin-A-Go-Go, baby. Also, I need to get... If you're ever at a con where D. Bradley Baker is a guest, I need you to get anything Viewtiful Joe related signed for me.
Gotcha.
Because he voiced Joe in one of his few main character roles.
Oh wow.
Because usually he voices either side characters or like creatures.
Yeah.
And he does a damn good job as Joe. Like, he's had two other voice actors, one for the anime and one for Marvel vs. Capcom 3. Neither of them captured the youthful energy of D. Bradley Baker.
Yeah, Bradley Baker, he actually was the voice of pretty much every single clone in the Clone Wars.
Yep.
And as such, that also gave him the ability to star as a bunch of clones in the Bad Batch.
Yep. He's got an impressive range. Like, if the fact that he's done a lot of creature effects and like monster voices isn't enough to convince you, then hearing the difference between his Jango Fett clone voice and Viewtiful Joe should convince you. This is going to be the PS2 version, which has an additional playable character in addition to the regular unlockable ones. And also because I just don't have the GameCube hooked up right now.
Yeah.
But Viewtiful Joe on the PS2 has an exclusive playable character unlocked after beating the game on normal difficulty. In addition to unlocking... Well, actually, I think it's beating the game on any difficulty. Because, like, there's higher and higher difficulties you unlock by beating the game on whatever the highest difficulty available is. And that's also how you unlock new characters. But beating the game, just, I think any difficulty, unlocks Dante from Devil May Cry. Making this the only time outside of Devil May Cry 1 that Hideki Kamiya got to work with Dante and Trish. I had no idea what tokusatsu was as a kid. I just knew... I saw from, like, magazine previews that this game was apparently geared towards, like, people that liked stuff like Power Rangers, which I very much did. So, of course I was going to love this. And I was, like, the one person at my school that knew and liked Beautiful Joe. Because everyone else, because this was like early 2000s, was like, oh, he wears red and pink, so that means he must be gay, and gay therefore means bad.
Uh,
And I'm like, he has a girlfriend. That's the whole, like, driving point of the plot.
yeah. Nope, totally gay.
Yeah. It also adds a new difficulty called Sweet, which is like a very easy mode. You've got Sweet, Kids, which is easy, Adults, which is normal, and then there's like higher and higher difficulties that you unlock as you beat the game multiple times
Hmm,
on the next highest difficulty.
I see.
With the highest, the very hard mode, being called Ultra V rated. Sadly, there's no subtitles for the Viewtiful Joe games outside of the, like, alternate playable character paths, because they didn't record new audio for the other playable characters. They just play random voice clips backwards and put up subtitles for what they're supposed to be saying in the scene. Because, this is a lower budget game than something like Devil May Cry or Resident Evil was, so they gotta make it use of as many reused assets as they could for the other playable characters.
Hmm.
Also, the voice actress in the Beautiful Joe games for Sylvia, Christina Puccelli, I know her for Sylvia. Younger people might know her for voicing Luann Loud from The Loud House.
Hmm.
Apparently, that was her breakthrough role, even though she's had, like, pretty sizable amount of roles prior to that I can't name off the top of my head apart from, Sylvia.
Hmm.
Also, if I had a nickel for every sexy blonde-haired Sylvia love interest in a cel-shaded video game I like with a protagonist whose primary color is red, I'd have 2 nickels, and I am happy with that. This was the first game I ever played that had this type of cell shading in it. Like, I didn't play Wind Waker until after Beautiful Joe, so this was like seeing a comic book or a anime jump out of the screen. It was so cool.
Hmm. Ouch.
I also saw a thread on Blue Sky of like, what's the rarest anime thing you have in your collection? And for me, I know it's not much to brag about, but I have the first volume of the Beautiful Joe anime on DVD that I picked up at my very first convention, Ichiban Con 2011. Uh, it's a big deal because it's one of the last things that the distributor Genion put out before going out of business, and only like 2 or 3 volumes of the Beautiful Joe anime made it onto DVD in the West. It's a show that's been screwed on home media releases worldwide, even in Japan.
Oh, lovely.
Like, there's a whole second season that America didn't get that has not been released on DVD in Japan, and I believe has only been released on DVD in Latin America.
Hmm.
So, does Captain Blue sound familiar to you?
His voice does have a familiar ring to it, but I can't place it.
I'll solve it for you. Oh, hi, Greg Berger.
Go figure. Oh, yeah. I hear that now. I hear it now.
And I just realized I don't have the capture card audio playing. People need to tell me this.
Cool.
Also, people need to show up more than, like, earlier than, like, 30 to 40 minutes into the stream, but that's a different issue. That's time zones and shit.
You heard the Vamp Elf people.
So, it's a 2D side-scrolling platformer beat-em-up. That really tries to make it feel like you're in a tokusatsu production or like an action movie. With like, you know, an emphasis on dodging rather than just mindlessly bashing baddies over and over again. Like, when you dodge an enemy's attack, they get stunned, which makes them more susceptible to damage. And has a very Devil May Cry 1-esque approach to, how levels progress. And this specific, style of, like, you know, rating you on different aspects, and giving you a letter grade for every section instead of just, having that be, like, your combo rating, would later be revisited and basically made a staple of Hideki Kamiya games and later, you know, Platinum games, with Bayonetta. Like, Bayonetta famously rates you on, like, your combos, how quickly you beat the section, and, your defense, and gives you, like, a total grade based on that, and then grades you overall at the end of the level. That started with Viewtiful Joe.
Nice.
Like, Devil May Cry 1 and, you know, the Devil May Cry series kinda does that, but, it's more so you get an N level grade and that's it, rather than, like, getting graded for each section of the stage.
It looks like you haven't awakened to your true powers as a hero. I'll show you how to be a real hero.
And, if you know anything about Hideki Kamiya outside of just what games he's directed, you know anything about the man himself, he's a big fan of tokusatsu stuff. Like, lots of, like, 70s tokusatsu. So, he tried to incorporate as much iconography and tropes of that into Viewtiful Joe as he could. And I believe he succeeded.
Nice.
Your hero has awakened.
Right down to, the transformation phrase being Henshin, which, originated from Kamen Rider.
Starts to do.
Yeah.
Say the word. Henshin.
Henshin-A-Go-Go, baby!
And, Joe's design, right down to the cape and, like, the more, like, armored helmet look, as well as, a battle mask that he puts on for boss fights, is taken from a, more obscure, tokusatsu series from the 70s called Zubat.
Huh.
It's called, like, Armored Rider
Sorry.
Zubat or something like that. I can't remember the full name, but if you look up, you know, Zubat Tokusatsu, you'll see Zubat himself, and you'll be like, yeah, that screams Viewtiful Joe. Hey, thank you for the follow, Iron8127. How's your day, man? Go, give us all the deets about, how you been.
You know, whenever you feel like it, no pressure.
Yeah, no pressure. Unless you're a bot, in which case, there is pressure. Well, if you are a bot, you probably would have been caught by Seribot.
Yeah.
But you never know, especially in the ongoing shitification of the modern internet, where everything is just bots now. Hell, I might be a bot and you don't know it.
Or, you know, I could be a bot and you don't know
I mean,
it.
technically I'm half bot, but I am a cyborg, so does that make me a bot? Going well, thanks for asking. Think about playing a game I got off eBay sometime in the past later. Ooh, what game? I'd love to hear that. I'm a retro game collector myself. eBay being like a godsend for getting retro games. So I'm interested in hearing what game you're looking forward to playing. Also, I hope you got a good deal on it.
Yes. Oh, God, why am I so fucking sleepy?
Because you're a sleepo beepo.
This is weird to me. It's not like I really exerted myself today.
Well, lack of exertion can also make you sleepy. Kamen Rider Memory of Heroes. Ooh, interesting. Let me guess, Japanese exclusive, because as most of the Kamen Rider games tend to be. And what system is it for? I've been recently trying to get into Kamen Rider myself. It's just I'm very bad at like committing to watching series that I start. I've started both Kamen Rider Kuga and, you know, the OG Kamen Rider. And I've not finished either. I've also started Japanese Spider-Man. And that is one of the best things ever.
Ah, yes, the Emissary from Hell.
The Emissary from Hell, Spider-Man!
I just imagine, I can only imagine how J. Jonah Jameson would react to something like that.
I'm afraid of how J. Jonah Jameson would react to a Japanese Spider-Man who has a completely different power set and also has a giant transforming spaceship robot. Well, actually, I know exactly how. Yep, got the premium sound edition for PS4, if I may add. Ooh, interesting. You'll have to, if you decide you like it here and tune in at a later point after you've played it, then definitely let me know how it is. But yeah, we're talking about how, like, oh, we all know how J. Jonah Jameson would react to Japanese Spider-Man. We all know how he would react to Japanese Spider-Man. He's a menace!
Yep. Like, he'd actually say, it's like, he's the Emissary from Hell!
He calls himself the Emissary from Hell! Is that not enough of a wake-up call for you people? There's yes, thank you, JKR. There is the link to my Discord if you decide you want to join the community. No pressure. You don't have to if you don't want to. It's just the easiest way to keep up with my shenanigans.
Yep. Yours truly will be always, poking around in there somewhere, somehow.
Let's be honest, you're more active in there than I am.
Hey, you're my best friend, dude. I will do whatever it takes to keep your,
Okay, the timing on your mic going all fucky like that was hilarious.
I didn't even notice.
Yeah, it just went like loud static. Like, I will do anything to keep your...
Oh, God.
Just go for it!
Yeah, it's happening again. You might want to check your mic.
Yeah, give me a moment.
For the safety of people's ears at home. But yeah, if you, have you ever played Viewtiful Joe before, Iron? If not, I would definitely recommend it to any tokusatsu fan. Clearly made out of a love for the genre.
Yummy!
And, definitely something that, like, needs, at the very least, a modern re-release, because these are stuck on GameCube and PS2, and there's, like, one on the DS.
Yummy!
Like, I was not, you know, well-versed in tokusatsu at the age I was when this came out, other than, you know, Power Rangers and, Big Bad Beetleborgs, you know, the Americanized, versions of tokusatsu shows. But that's not the only bit of Rider merch I own, I might add. I picked up a Ziku driver in the past, even got a few Rider watches for it. So far I have 5 in total, 2 DX3 GP Ride watches, and unfortunately haven't played it yet. You should. It emulates very well on Dolphin if you want to play the GameCube version. The PS2 version has Dante from Devil May Cry as an exclusive playable character. But the GameCube version is, like, the primary version.
Okay. I think I fixed it.
You did.
Good.
Alright, time to kick these
think it's
bullets
just
back at the chopper.
I think the issue is just the positioning that I have my mic in. Not the greatest, but it just basically keeps the cord out of the way. So
Yeah, I
trip
get
over
you.
it.
Oh! Oh god. Please, sir, do not shoot me while I'm, unpowered. There we go.
But yes, I'm made of metal. My circuits gleam. I am perpetual. I keep your server clean.
What are you, Judas Priest? I mean, not that I
could be an
mind.
electric
Judas
eye.
Priest is awesome.
I mean, I could easily be an electric eye.
Nah, you're too much of a person to be an electric eye, because electric eye is supposed to be Big Brother.
Fair.
Like, that song's based on 1984. Basically.
That's understandable.
As a lot of songs of that era were.
Yeah. Hang on, this might be a little buzzy for a second. There we go. Do I need to fix anything, or am I good?
You're good.
Good. Yeah, I really need to work on my overall setup for the future, but in the time being, I might just have to position everything in a way that keeps the cord out of my face and off my desk for the most part.
Okay.
I wish there was a way I could, like, plug into the back of the box. Well, the way I had it was that the cord is basically fed from behind the desk.
You could always just face the box the other way.
Yeah, I could do that. It's just... Actually, I might as well just do that, because honestly, it's like... I don't need all the other, I don't need all the other buttons or anything like that.
Yeah.
Got everything set the way I wanted. Yeah, I probably should just do that. What the hell was I thinking? I'll do that next time. I'm not gonna do it right over the stream right now.
Good. Any minute now. Any minute now. This is what happens when you use those, like, cheap, third-party, massive storage space PS2 memory cards.
Oh.
You know, when they don't just corrupt themselves, that is.
Yeah, I remember I had both a third-party PlayStation 1 memory card and a freaking third-party controller too. And every time I used it, my PS1 would crash and burn out.
I would hope it didn't burn out.
Because because the weird thing is, like, as I recall, and I'm going off my bad memory here, but for whatever reason, like, I had one of those mini PS1s where it had like the flip.
Oh,
screen.
the Slim, as they call it.
Yeah, and this was like the PlayStation 1, so it had like a built-in screen, a detachable screen that you could.
Yeah, I know what you're
use.
talking about.
Yeah, that was my PS1. I didn't have like the big console that my late uncle had. He loaned it to me for a period of time, but I didn't have my own until I was a little bit older.
Come on, get the fuck. Get the fuck. Get down here, man. The DX watches I own are Zio and Kuga. As for GP ride watches, Gaim, Gosmugen, Damashi, and Drive Type Tridoron. It's actually not hard to tell the difference between DX quality and GP quality. One turns, the other doesn't. I'm not well versed enough in Kamen Rider, and especially the merch, to have a, firm understanding of all of that, but, from what I'm gathering, you're saying there's, like, one that's more of a collector grade than the other, which I think about when it comes to, like, the Japanese Super Sentai collectibles, especially when it comes to, like, for lack of a better term, because, each Super Sentai uses a different name for them, the Morphers, because in this day and age, as someone that grew up with the later Saban-era stuff, as opposed to, like, Mighty Morphin, like, my first series was In Space, I really want to get an In Space Morpher so I can do a cosplay of Andros, because he's my favorite ranger of all time. But
I honestly
like,
think you could really pull off Andros, dude, because long hair.
If I grew my hair out again, yeah. I also just want to get in better shape first, because I want to do my favorite ranger justice. For this one, I'd be doing, like, the outfit he wears on the Astro Mega Ship. The jacket and the red shirt and basically like a uniform.
Yeah.
His like crew uniform instead of the ranger suit.
Right.
But as it turns out, it's easier, cheaper, and just overall more efficient to get a hold of the collector grade like Mega Ranger stuff than it is to get any of the in-space stuff. They are visually identical, and the in-space stuff goes for more because, it's older, and throughout both Bandai America and Hasbro's runs, throughout both Bandai America and Hasbro's runs, neither of them did morphers for really much beyond Mighty Morphin. Or, like, roleplay stuff beyond Mighty Morphin. Now we're in the era where Playmates is got the Power Rangers license, and they're off to an okay start with their figures and, like, morphers, and I'm a little iffy on how they're doing the Megazord. But, so far better than what Hasbro did for its tenure for Power Rangers. Because Hasbro just seemed to not know what to do with that brand.
No, they didn't.
Like, I get that Mighty Morphin is the only one that entered, like, the pop culture zeitgeist, so that's going to be your most profitable. Sort of like how, like, Movieverse and G1 is the bread and butter of, Transformers. But, like, there's only so many times you can sell different figures of just the season 1 through 3 cast over and over again before people are gonna stop buying your stuff because they already own everything that they want for their collection. Like, not to diss Lightning Collection, they did helmets, which is the first. Outside of, like, custom-made third-party stuff. I have the Lord Zed helmet, and I love it. But, like, I would have loved to see some roleplay accessories or, like, Megazords for other seasons as well. They did, like, the Zord Ascension project for the Astro Megaship, which was weird that they would skip straight from the original Dino Zord to the Astro Megaship and then never do anything else, basically. Because Zord Ascension project turned out to be not what it was hyped up as. The first Power Rangers I watched was Lost Galaxy, though I think my favorite Ranger team is a tie between Ninja Storm and Time Force. Time Force is a great team overall. Like, all the members have their own things going on, and they all get, like, you know, obviously, I'm terrible at remembering individual names of Rangers, especially for, like, stuff that I didn't get to watch much. But, like, you know, Red Ranger and Pink Ranger obviously get the biggest focus in terms of story and character development, but everyone gets something to do in Time Force, and that's a great aspect that a lot of the series didn't really pull off. Also, it helps that, you know, there's not a single hateable Ranger on the team, except for probably the Quantum Ranger, because he's supposed to be an asshole, not because he was written poorly, but because he's supposed to be, like... I mean, there's a reason Dan Southworth went on to play Virgil. Let's be honest. He's good at playing assholes.
Let's see. Also, if I may, Ari,
yeah?
I just wanted to kind of promote the Extra Life campaign.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
It's settled. Yeah, so Ari here has been generous enough to allow me to promote my Extra Life campaign here on their Twitch channel. Basically, what I do is I am trying to raise money for Lurie Children's Hospital in Chicago. That place actually has a very special place in my heart. I was a patient there twice as a kid for 2 separate injuries, and both times came out okay. But basically what we're doing is we're raising money to help fund a lot of the great activities for the kids. So it's not really just about the, you know, healing the body, but it's also like giving these kids a chance to feel like kids. So if you feel like you want to donate, please check the panels down below the stream. If you want to donate any amount, we'll take 100% of it goes straight to the hospital. We will not take any cut of this.
Yeah.
None of this goes to us.
Right. We're not gonna V-Shoujo this and just pocket $500,000.
Yeah, no.
And was that a cheap shot? Yes, but they deserve it. Where are the film canisters that I missed? Because I could have sworn I got all of them. Oh well. The only thing you don't get by not getting all the film canisters is you get, you know, other than not having a maximum power bar, is you miss out on a bonus for that set of stages for getting all of them.
I see.
And it resets back to the minimum power bar with each new world you go to. So, yeah. Anyway, time for our first boss fight, Charles III. No relation. I mean, look at him. Do I look like I'm related to him?
Nope. Probably related by reputation.
This movie is already over. Captain Rin's defeated, and we are victorious. Shows you what you know, fat brain. In movies, there has to be a plot twist. That means things always go wrong once before you get to the happy ending. Hello? Now, come on. Let's get this over with.
If any of you have played Metal Gear Rising or, like, Bayonetta 1, and you see the battle mode that Joe takes on for each boss fight, it's going to look real familiar to you. This is where it started.
In any case, this has nothing to do with regret, right? The only thing left for you to do is perish.
And I don't say that, you know, just randomly, because Hideki Kamiya, who created and directed Viewtiful Joe, you know, was a key founding member of Platinum Games.
Take 5.
He kind of reminds me of Man-Bat. Yeah, I can see that. I can definitely see Man-Bat vibes in him.
Yeah.
Except, you know...
A lot more bling, though.
Sentient instead of bestial.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Aha! Barely missed losing my power there. And, as I said at the beginning of the stream, Joe, especially in his, like, powered-up battle form with, like, the battle mask, is visually designed on an old, like, I think 70s tokusatsu called, Zubat.
Zubat Man!
Like, there's a lot of very specific Toku references that even go over my head in Viewtiful Joe. As well as just movie references in general.
Yeah. That motherfucker just snort?
Yes, he's been snorting every time he laughs.
I did not notice the snort until just now.
You can sleep as much as you want now.
Joe wanders into the world of the movies and gallantly fights evil to rescue Sylvia. With the help of his superior strength, he is able to reign triumphant over the dastardly bad man, Charles III. Where could Sylvia be? Is she safe? Is she even alive?
I
wonder
love
what
these
kind of,
narrator bits.
At Joe's heart. What did they do to her?
What would be a good hero name for me? I never thought this would be so hard.
Searching for
The narrator's always like, you know, treating Joe as this, like, gallant, valiant hero, whereas Joe, most of the time, is just thinking about, like, what would a cool hero name be?
Yeah, right.
See you there.
Retaliation.
Yes. The lowest rank you can get is a D, which is dope. It goes Rainbow V, which is when you get all V ratings on your stats. Then there's regular V, which is beautiful. There's A for awesome, B for bad, C for crappy, and then D for dope.
But yeah, I wonder, like, what kind of status would Charles III have in terms of your, you know, like.
Well, I mean, he lives in Movie Land, which is its own separate dimension, so.
So he wouldn't have anything to do with.
He wouldn't have anything to do with my world's hierarchy. He's in his own world.
I see.
One of the key things to understand for Viewtiful Joe's setting is that movies have their own world that, like, begins and ends with the beginning and ending of the movie.
I see.
And, like, the villains, the evil organization Shadow, their plan is to escape Movie Land.
And old Captain Blue's whole thing is to stop that from happening, right?
Well, Captain Blue is the hero of the movie, but at the end of the movie that they were watching, he died. So
he's no longer.
So he's no longer able to stop Shadow from enacting their plans for escape and then, you know, world conquest. So it's up to Joe to stop them in his place. Because Joe got sucked into the movie along with Sylvia, And as the biggest fan of Captain Blue and, you know, just superhero stuff in general, who else would be the perfect choice? He already understands all the heroing stuff.
Right.
Like, I see the story of this game get compared a lot to Last Action Hero, and I can kind of see it. Except if it were focused on tokusatsu stuff instead of Arnold Schwarzenegger movies.
Let's get it on!
Alright, time for Chapter 2. Some like it red hot! Alright, first thing you always do when entering this stage, go to the left, because there's stuff over here. And in as would become the style of Platinum Games after, you know, Clover was shut down and Platinum Games was founded, there are optional encounters in some of these stages that give you some rewards as well as, you know, a higher score at the end of the chapter if you go out of your way to do them. And if you don't do them, then that counts as getting the lowest rating on them.
Oh.
Anyone who's played Bayonetta 1 or especially Metal Gear Rising will understand this. I feel like I haven't done a good enough job of explaining, like, what's so special about the superhero mode, which you automatically enter upon, you know, your first level of your meter filling. So it's, in your base Joe state, you take double damage, you deal less damage with your punches and kicks, and you can't use any of your superpowers, and you can't double jump. So you want to be Viewtiful Joe basically all the time.
I see.
And with the other playable characters that you unlock, which are, in the PS2 version, which is why I'm playing, they are Dante, Sylvia, Alistair, and Captain Blue. They each have their own spins on how the base mechanics work. Either in terms of, like, dealing and receiving damage, or, like, their own quirks on how their transformations function. Alistair is one of my favorites to play as, because, or out of the ones I've played. I haven't played much as Dante, because I've never really played the PS2 version. But, Alistair is interesting in that you have to manually activate his transformation. And it drains while you're transformed instead of just when you're using your powers. Because, like, for his campaign, instead of, like, you know, getting a V-Watch that, lets him transform, it's basically, like, a power limiter. And,
I see.
like, it keeps him from being transformed all the time. It's also a shout-out to Devil May Cry, as everything with Alistair is.
Yeah.
Like, instead of... When you play as Alistair, which this is the only game outside of Red Hot Rumble where you can play as Alistair, sadly, but when he transforms, instead of shouting Henshin-A-Go-Go, like Joe does, he says, Devil Trigger. And, so does... From what little bit I've played of Dante, he shouts Devil Trigger as well when he transforms. And he does get his own unique depowered state, given that, you know, he's not really a superhero. Like, his quote-unquote superhero form is just his Devil May Cry 1 outfit. And his base form is him in his underwear. And, like, I can kind of explain how each character plays here, basically. Since I'm probably not going to be covering all the different character playthroughs unless I can find a save file that has them all unlocked. Because there's no, like, cheat code to unlock all of them, just one to unlock Dante.
Let's get this over with.
Just go for it!
Dante gets access to his sword. So he has a longer melee reach. He also gets his guns, which allows him to have ranged attacks, the only character that can. Apart from, like, you know, using some of the consumable ranged weapons that the other characters get. He just gets guns, and they're treated like the bullets are in, like, mini-boss and boss fights that use bullets. Which means they get stronger when they're in slow motion, and they can be deflected to hit other targets.
Oh, wow.
Basically, Dante is overpowered.
Come on, my friend. Nice
Sylvia, who you unlock after beating the game on normal difficulty, or adults as it's called, has a quicker energy recharge, but takes double damage. Alistair, like I said, you have to manually transform, and you're going to be spending a lot more time in your unpowered state than you are as Alistair when playing as him. But he also gets his sword. And Captain Blue can fly when he's transformed and deals the most damage by default. But because he's old and his eyesight is bad, he doesn't get those, like, flashing skull indicators of where melee attacks are going to be performed. So you have to rely on looking at enemy animations to tell where and when to dodge. It's basically like you have to beat the game on the hardest difficulty to unlock Captain Blue, so it expects you to already be a master at the game if you're going to play as him. Hey, Helton, how you doing? We're having some tokusatsu fun tonight with Viewtiful Joe. I like this dude versus Scott Pilgrim in Huin's Dojo. You know, Viewtiful Joe versus Scott Pilgrim is a matchup I didn't know I needed to see until now, because that would be perfect. Dude who's obsessed with video games versus dude who's obsessed with tokusatsu movies and TV shows.
If you overcome this trial, you will have acquired the last power. Now let's get this over with. Come and get
Just go for it!
Come on, my friend. Come on, my friend. Nice try.
Let's try and do better this time instead of, you know, dying.
Hey, Ari, quit dying.
I only died once this whole playthrough. So far.
This blue guy looks like your uncle with a Spider-Man suit on your birthday.
I mean, this is the superhero of this movie universe. But he's very old, and this is his spirit, because he dies at the end of his last movie. Which is, like, what sets the plot into motion. We do get to see the younger, like, still in shape version of him, though, towards the end of the game.
Finished!
Joe, I have nothing more to teach.
Hey.
The beautiful moves and techniques that flourish from your heroic gut instincts.
Alright, and with this, we get our final superpower. We've already got slow motion and Mach speed, He does All Might pose in that movie. I haven't really seen any of My Hero Academia, so I can't really comment one way or the other. But, I could see a lot of parallels from what I know about All Might between, Captain Blue and All Might. Although, this predates My Hero. Oh, a cowboy? Yes! The cowboy's called Bianco Billy, and, there's also, like, a recurring mini-boss that's, like, a, dude dressed up sort of like a magician with, like, the top hat and everything, and he fights with a rapier. His name is Joker. Like, all the enemy types and mini-bosses have their own specific names, and at the end of the game, you get an enemy roll call. Wait, if I remember, this dude was in Marvel vs. Capcom. Yes, this is a Capcom game. He was in Marvel vs. Capcom 3, and I believe he was also in Tatsunoko vs. Capcom. So, we've got slow motion, we've got Mach speed, and now we've got zoom in. Roll call like Donkey Kong Country does. Hey, Kier, how you doing? I was thinking more like how, you know, Mega Man X on the SNES, those games ended with an enemy roll call. Given that this is Capcom.
Also, BRB, I'm gonna open my balcony door.
Okay.
Air circulation going through here.
This background reminds me of Danganronpa 2 for some reason. I can see why. It's that mix. It's 3D backgrounds that are layered to look like, that are layered in to give depth, but like in a 2D setting. I can totally see that. It's also like the way that looks kind of like, you know, paper cutouts or cardboard or something, like Danganronpa 2 backgrounds tend to. Although this came out before Danganronpa did. Like, especially Danganronpa 2 looks like that, I should say. And I don't mind you bringing up Danganronpa all the time in my streams. I love Danganronpa. I was in a fan dub of Danganronpa. I've cosplayed a Danganronpa character. And, thanks to JKR, I now have a, fan-made Danganronpa art piece based on my favorite Danganronpa character, Gundam Tanaka. Best boy.
Yep.
Deserves better. Looks fun to play this? Yes, it is. If you like beat-em-ups, platformers, and, stuff like Kamen Rider, or Super Sentai, or Power Rangers, or whatever, you will love Viewtiful Joe. If I'm not wrong, this has a new game. I've seen a game of it. No. This has not had a new game since, like, 2004, 2005. And it ended off on a cliffhanger. You know, one of those famous Capcom cliffhangers that always ends at the second installment for some reason. Like, Viewtiful Joe, I will say, was kind of asking for it when it came to ending on a cliffhanger. Because at the end of the first game, they say, oh, you're going to need to save the world 2 more times. And that's basically saying, we had better damn well get 3 mainline games, or else we're fucked.
Yep.
Like, it's one thing to end your first installment of a brand new series on a cliffhanger. It's another to say, oh, we are going to have at minimum 3 games at the end of the first game.
Yep.
And the one you're thinking of that has a new game coming out, same director, a lot of the same team that worked on it. It was Okami, not Viewtiful Joe. I see this bruh face, he's Leon, bruh. You know, that makes it funny that, we never got any Resident Evil stuff in Viewtiful Joe, but we got Devil May Cry. And even some Mega Man references. Joke's on you, I love this song.
Ooh.
Oh god, it's hard to fight all these bats while Rickroll dancing. Ah! Okay, I'll hydrate. Hydration achieved. Now let's get rid of these damn bats! Get off! Get off me! Spin to win.
I hate bats. Bats make me crazy.
I thought it was rats.
Rats
Rats make you crazy. Bats make you batty.
Blame it on the bats in my belfry.
I guess Bustin's just not gonna play.
What the fuck? Watch, it'll play. It'll
play like 30 minutes later, like Trigger Fire's been doing. Or like, technically that's a sound alert, not a Trigger Fire. So, who knows? It'll play eventually when we least expect it. Which will make it the most satisfying kind of bust. Yep. I just noticed now he has a scarf too, cool. Yeah, this is based on, like, all the classic tokusatsu stuff. He's got the scarf from Kamen Rider. He's got, his overall appearance is based on an old Toku series called Zubat. He's red, like, you know, the leader of every Super Sentai team. And that scarf is so wonderfully animated. Like, holy shit. Like, I would love to cosplay Viewtiful Joe. If the bust doesn't come in, like, 30, I'll refund it later. I mean, you don't want to pay for a bust and not get your bust, you know? Why am I doing this the hard way? There's a combo in Viewtiful Joe 1 and 2 that's broken, which is slow-mo plus zoom in plus punch.
Did the sound for that video even play? I didn't hear it.
For what video? Oh, for Coming Mop Up Boys? No, it did. The video didn't even play.
Video played on my end, I just didn't hear the audio.
I didn't hear it, so no. Something fucky's going on, as per usual.
It wouldn't be an Arikado stream if something were going wrong.
For once, it's not my fault, okay?
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying, it's like...
I am glad that I can say, for once, it's not my fault. Man, every time I hear Proto Man's theme, I start to cry. Yeah, God, Proto Man's theme is beautiful. Really tells you everything you need to know about Proto Man's character without, like, even hearing him speak. I say hearing him speak. He only had voice dialogue in Mega Man 8 and Mega Man Powered Up, so far. I say so far as if we're ever getting another Mega Man at this rate. Unless the conspiracy theory that, like, the wild conspiracy theory that people have, taken up, that, that Pragmata game is secretly a Mega Man game, ends up being true. Which, you know, I'm not counting on it, but it would be cool if it was.
Ugh.
All right, time to rocket up here on the sewage. Why is it green? It's been a while since I've said, why is it green?
That takes me back.
That wasn't even an intentional reference. It was just, like, the fact that the sewage is green just raises so many questions.
I mean, What other kind of color would you think the sewage would be?
I mean, typically sewage is like a brown color, considering what's in it.
Okay, fair.
That makes me wonder what the hell kind of stuff people in this town are eating.
Man,
Also,
too many vegetables.
You know, it's amazing that they could get away with all the stuff that you see in the backgrounds in this stage and still get a teen rating. Like, there's just straight up ads for strip clubs back here. There is a strip club back there.
Oh, jeez.
Rated T for teen and got a show on Kids WB. I forgot how to refund points. Everything changed a little later on. JKR gotta help me navigate the new menus.
I'll go ahead and do it right now for you, Kier. That way you don't have to worry about navigating shit later.
I just noticed not only are there advertisements for strip clubs and cats in the background, there's also an advertisement for a drag show, which, you know, pretty based.
Excuse me. Hi.
I may not be all that... Oh, here we go. I think these guys are just called Harley.
Harley!
And like, why are they so sexy while having that face? I don't know how to feel about this.
Failsafe.
Failsafe. I mean...
What Help the Directo says.
I mean... Like, they are created by an evil organization. What if this were part of their evil plot to be, like, distract you with the unzipped bodysuit and the voluptuous figure and the booba, and then, like, you look at that face and you die of a heart attack. The Hammer of Justice is unisex. Hell yes! I also like the detail that as most of the enemies take damage, you strip away, like, their artificial skin, and, you see, like, the exposed machinery underneath. Because these are supposed to be all robots, like, the foot soldiers in Toku series tend to be. Shy Guy / Gal faces and how they scared Luigi. Or how they scarred Luigi. Yeah, but those aren't their faces. Those are masks. These are their faces.
Kier, I went in and tried to refund those points for you. They didn't... That request didn't show up on the, in the queue.
Twitch.
I know, that's all I'm saying. It's like,
That's all I gotta say, Twitch. Also, there's a cat driving the bus.
Why is there a cat driving the bus?
I mean, do you have something against cats driving buses?
No, I'm just curious why a cat is driving a bus.
Haven't you ever heard of a pussy wagon?
Or is that?
See, there's a cat driving the bus.
What have we learned?
Continue making bad puns if I want to get bonked more.
Let's take
It's true he have a big gun in his fight with Scott Pilgrim. He used one. That is in Viewtiful Joe 2. Not this game. Because Viewtiful Joe 2 gives him a partner and allows them to, like, team up for super attacks. And that big gun is also, like, even though it's technically like a partner special attack that he uses in Viewtiful Joe 2, it became one of his supers in Marvel vs. Capcom 3. Because, you know, they couldn't really have him and Sylvia together as one character. This isn't Super Smash Brothers. And also because we're lucky to get any Viewtiful Joe representation in anything Capcom. So I'm happy with what they did for him in Marvel vs. Capcom 3. Especially in that era, where they were just, like, really against representing certain franchises in any way. I remember the great Mega Man cancellations of 2011 and 2012. And how they left Mega Man out. They put Mega Man characters in Marvel vs. Capcom 3, but they didn't put Mega Man in Marvel vs. Capcom 3. Even though he had been in Marvel vs. Capcom 1 and 2, and every Capcom vs. crossover up to that point, apart from, like, really specific ones like, you know, X-Men vs. Street Fighter, which, surprise, surprise, has X-Men and Street Fighter characters. And that sparked, like, a lot of people to question, like, hey, why is Mega Man not in Marvel vs. Capcom 3, but, like, Zero and Tron Bonne are? And, like, we didn't get a direct answer from, you know, Capcom Japan, but one of the community managers, who I've never liked, Christian Svensson, I believe his name is, because he was always, like, weirdly antagonistic towards Mega Man fans on the official Capcom, like, community website. Like, he was a fan of Street Fighter and Marvel vs. Capcom, and didn't like really anything else that Capcom had to offer, and was, like, weirdly antagonistic towards people that had questions about anything that wasn't those. He's no longer at the company. But like, he was good for fighting game fans, not good for anyone else, in terms of, like, PR. Like, I think it was either him or Combo Fiend that gave an answer of, like, oh, since Zero is a playable character in the game, and he was the star of his own Mega Man series, Mega Man Zero, that counts as having Mega Man in the game. And no one took that as an acceptable answer.
No, it really isn't a good answer.
Which, you know, to kind of unintentionally rub salt into the wound, we did get Mega Man X in the game as a costume for Zero.
Plus, the fact is that I think this came out, I'm sure this actually came out after the fact.
If you're talking about Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, yes, and that was it. Them starting off, like, first new character they revealed in that trailer being X, and, like, centering a lot of the marketing around X, was their response to all the people rightfully complaining that the company mascot wasn't represented in the last Marvel vs. Capcom, outside of a paid DLC costume. So they were like, here, listen, guys, we heard you. Here's a Mega Man that has never been in a fighting game before. How awesome is that? Now, if only it wasn't Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, that would be better. Hey, is there a chance? Is there a chance I play Marvel Cosmic Invasion? I haven't heard of it. What is? Tell me more about it. And you were saying, JKR?
God, what was so wrong with Infinite? I never played it, but I've seen, like, the cutscenes for it, and I enjoyed saw it of it.
Gameplay-wise, it was a step back, because they, like, Marvel vs. Capcom 2 is considered one of the best 2D fighting games ever made, because it was, like, 3-on-3 tag team combat, right?
Yeah.
Infinite and Marvel vs. Capcom 3 continued that, with a also huge roster from, like, all sorts of Marvel and Capcom properties, including stuff that was not popular at the time, especially from Marvel. It was a lot of people's introduction to Deadpool. Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite scaled back the mechanics to 2v2 fights, which is how it was in Marvel vs. Capcom 1. And then, as far as the playable roster goes, the Capcom side was stellar, but the Marvel side was lacking because there was a lot of interference from, like, Disney about, like, look, we don't want X-Men or Fantastic Four in this game because we want to do brand synergy with what we own the film rights to, so just MCU stuff, basically.
Yeah.
So, like,
So,
Wolverine was one of the most popular characters in Marvel vs. Capcom from day one, and it's the first game to not have Wolverine as a playable character.
I remember,
Like, and they tried to pass it off as like, oh, people don't play characters in fighting games because they like the characters. They like the movesets and functions that they serve in a battle. So, like, yeah, Magneto's not in the game, but you've got characters like, I think it was Nova, where, like, you know, he has the 8-way aerial dash, but everyone was like, yeah, but he's not Magneto. People play Magneto because they like Magneto. I like Chun-Li for her abilities. Of course, I don't need to explain myself. I don't blame you. My introduction to Street Fighter was the Street Fighter Anniversary Collection for PS2, and that came with a cut-down and censored version of the Street Fighter 2 anime movie. So, like, while I didn't get to see Chun-Li full frontal like is in the uncensored version, I was still like, oh, this girl's got some nice legs, and she gets a scene where she takes a shower, and it really lingers on that. Hello.
I mean, I personally like Cammy, but that, you know.
I mean, no disrespect for liking Cammy, because, you know, they call her outfit Cammy-Toe for a reason.
Yeah.
As far as I'm not too well versed in Street Fighter's cast. I of course like Chun-Li for mostly for her legs in terms of appearance, rather than like a lot. You know, her legs are a big focus on her, and in Street Fighter 6, they do acknowledge that she's got thunder thighs, and you can ask her about it, and she says that she's proud of her thighs, which she should be. They also gave the thighs jiggle physics. But I also, out of the ones I know, I also like Sakura. She's adorable. Even if she is a bit stalkerish towards Ryu. Well, actually, no, that's part of her charm. Yeah, I'm not too familiar with a lot of the Street Fighter cast, because I haven't really, like, gotten into Street Fighter. Sakura, Card Captors, or Naruto? No, Sakura from Street Fighter. And definitely not Sakura from Naruto. If I'm going with any Naruto girl, it's gotta be Hinata.
What about
look? A lot of people like Hinata just because she's got big booba. I like Hinata because she believed in the boy that she loved from day one and stood by his side the whole time, even during periods of his life where everybody in his village hated him for the circumstances of his birth. She was still, while she didn't, like, you know, actively confront him due to her very shy and timid nature, she still, you know, wanted to at least befriend him. And supported him from the sidelines, even if he didn't know it. And I love that about her. She's so sweet.
But what about Rainbow Mika?
Oh yeah, Rainbow Mika I'm totally not okay for, even if I don't know jack shit about her lore, other than, like, she's a tag team pro wrestler, and she idolizes Zangief. Bro, this character is so 2002. This is a game from 2003, so that makes sense.
Just go for it!
Like, if you want to play Viewtiful Joe, Like, if you see this in this game was to be announced in MTV, you mean like this game would totally fit in on MTV? Also, if I I've been on a binge of this channel called Amusing Louis, who has been doing a iceberg video on defunct and forgotten channels, and he taught me a lot about MTV Brazil and how awesome it was. No, like, not like, the "Oh, Brazil" memes. But, like, MTV Brazil basically acted as its own sort of, like, really punk rogue network of MTV, separate from MTV's global initiatives for decades. Like, while MTV worldwide was, dropping music in favor of shitty reality TV shows starring basically circus freaks, MTV Brazil was doing, like, all sorts of really unique programming and still playing the music. And the only reason they stopped doing it is because Viacom and Paramount canceled their contract with the company that was broadcasting MTV Brazil, so they could launch their own self-controlled MTV Brazil. Yes, as in, Viacom controls it, or rather, nowadays it's Paramount. I remember the first time I see a Gorillaz clip, I was alone in my house changing the channels, I thought, wow, a cartoon, why it ended so fast. I remember seeing my first Gorillaz clip in an advertisement for one of those, now that's what I call music, CDs, where if you don't know what those are, because you're not from the... because I don't think they sell them outside of North America, or at least sell regional versions. I don't know, I haven't looked it up. It's like, basically CDs of, like, the biggest hits that on the radio at the moment. They're not really that prevalent anymore in the age of streaming. But, they would do, like, advertisements where they showed, like, clips of the music videos for each of the songs that were on the album. And I saw a clip of Feel Good Inc. on there, and that just looked so striking to me. And the fact that it was a cartoon music video, I was like, I need to look this band up. And it was the first song I bought on my very first iPod.
Nice. Also, BRB, I gotta vacuum my floor real quick.
Okay.
Junk on the floor.
Okay, make sure you give that floor a good suck. I had to.
Did you really have to do that?
Yes, I did.
Just go for it!
But yeah, the game really feels like it would fit in on MTV, or like one of their like animation blocks, something that would air alongside like Aeon Flux. But instead, the anime adaptation that we got, in America at least, aired on Kids WB, so it aired alongside shows like Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh! And the dubbing company that was producing the dub went under after Season 1 was completed, so not only did we not get a dub of Season 2, but we didn't get home media releases for the entirety of Season 1 because the company went out of business and nobody's picked up the rights since then. Season 2 also only got, from what I can tell, only got a home video release in Latin America. So, yeah. Not that the anime is particularly great, but it has its own charm. Because it has its own original characters that people have grown attached to, especially Sprocket. A lot of people have grown attached to Sprocket for two big, bouncy reasons. But I have the first volume of the anime's English dub on DVD. It's one of the first things I picked up at my very first convention. And it came with a soundtrack CD too, which was cool. Back when anime box sets, even for like the, 3 episodes on one disc, and then you'd have to pick up like hundreds of the fucking things to get the entire series. That's the kind of release it was, but it came with some neat bonuses. For buying the DVD, as opposed to nowadays where like you just watch everything on Crunchyroll, or is High Dive still around? I don't know. Or you sail the 7 seas and yar har fiddle dee your anime. Like I have to do a lot of times because I've got enough subscription services already. I'm not signing up for Crunchyroll and High Dive. I'll make do with watching Dragon Ball Z Kai on Hulu with ads. But for anything else, it's to certain sites, especially because sometimes the version I want to watch isn't on streaming services anywhere in the world, because the distributor just doesn't want that version to be available. I'm looking at you, Sony, and your horrible dub of Rurouni Kenshin. One of the rare instances where I can say the Media Blasters dub is better. What do we have on this floor? Ooh, a bomb. A bomb. I always love the bomb puzzles.
Bomb?
Yes, I did.
I'm in the middle of vacuuming and I hear bomb. I'm like,
there's a bomb. Using slow-mo on the bombs makes their explosions bigger.
Oh boy.
That is required for breaking through walls. And you can also use it for stun-locking enemies.
Interesting.
And because of some pickups that I got in a previous stage that were optional, if I can get into a spot where I can do it, and I hold down the kick button, I throw out a bomb. And if I hold down the punch button, I get the boomerang. These are those limited use consumable ranged attacks I was talking about earlier. That Dante gets, pistols, so he gets to use bullets. Whereas everyone else gets variations on boomerang and the bombs, which are called Shocking Pink. You'll find one of the things I like about the way Viewtiful Joe approaches combat and puzzles is you only have like 3 powers to keep track of in this game. So all of the puzzles and combat encounters for certain enemy types are going to be variations on those 3 base mechanics. I like that they didn't overcomplicate it by giving you too many powers to keep track of. Viewtiful Joe 2 would do its own thing where, like, it introduces a 4th power that only Sylvia can use. And that one gets a lot less usage than you would think. And it's not used in as many interesting ways as I would have liked. It's like a little bit of spoilers for Viewtiful Joe 2, but the unique power that Sylvia gets is replay, where, like, an instant replay happens, where it replays the same thing 3 times. And you would think that means, oh, we can have all sorts of, like, unique puzzle opportunities for this. What it amounts to is, like, if you punch something while using instant replay, it hits 3 times. If you take damage while using instant replay, you get hit 3 times. There is no other usage for instant replay other than combining it with other powers to make it hit 3 times. One of the things that apparently was planned for it, or at least based on magazine previews I read at the time, for instant replay, was, like, if you pick up a health item, which are always cheeseburgers or fast food meals in general in Viewtiful Joe, while using instant replay, it'll heal you 3 times as much. But that ended up not happening, which sucks. Because that would be a cool way to encourage you to use instant replay more. I also like, there's 2 ways you can solve this puzzle. One of them is, I believe you can light the fuse. No, you can't light the fuse with the lasers. I thought you could. So there is only one way to solve the puzzle. I'm talking out my ass. Punch it in Mach speed until you catch on fire, which lights the fuse, and then slow-mo it to make the explosion bigger. I like when they combine usages of Mach speed and slow-mo. Because, you know, they're kind of polar opposites. And actually, you can combine both Mach speed and slow-mo. It drains your power really quick, but if you go slow-mo, you know you move really slow. Add Mach speed to it, everything's moving in slow motion while you're moving at normal speed. Makes it good for slow motion platforming in the rare instances where you need to do something like that. But otherwise, it's just not it's something that you want to use sparingly because of how much power drain it has. Come on, punch me some more so I can keep dodging and punching you back. And or kicking. Kicking works too. Kicking! I want to do some kicking! I don't have time for you, Bianco Billy. I need your key. And boom! ×4 combo. I was, like, so bad at playing this game as a kid because I didn't engage with the combo mechanics. Nowadays, I'm still so bad at it, but I'm marginally better. I still haven't mastered a lot of the more, broken powers in this game. Like, I haven't even been using Red Hot Kick. I don't think I have it unlocked, do I? Yeah, I do. So this, combined with slow-mo and zoom-in. Boom! Apparently one of the most powerful moves in the game. I have almost never used it. You'll also notice that as being the same move that, that same dive kick move that, Bayonetta has in all 3 Bayonetta games. Reference to Viewtiful Joe. And also, you know, obvious reference to the Rider Kick. This is the guy I was talking about called Joker. And, because apparently Warner Brothers thinks they own the name Joker, when the Viewtiful Joe anime was airing on Kids WB, they had an episode centered around Joker. But, Kids WB, you know, Warner Brothers would not allow, Geneon, the dubbing studio, to, call him Joker. Because it was like a Zorro Zolo thing, where they thought kids were stupid enough to not be able to tell the difference between 2 completely unrelated characters that happened to have a similar name. So they had to call him Jokester. for that episode.
Sorry, it was gone longer than I expected. I had to go downstairs and pick Widget up.
It's okay. That's always a good reason. Picking up a
Yeah.
puppy is always a good reason to go away.
Yeah, poor baby, she was downstairs alone in the kitchen. Lights out and everything. Poor baby was... Yeah. She knew it was time to come up for bed.
Alright, and that's that level done. And you're just in time for our second major boss fight, which is against Hulk Davidson.
Hulk Davidson, huh?
Hulk Davidson.
Think he'll live up to the title of Hulk better than last guy?
Yes, he does live up to the title of Hulk better than Hulk Hogan ever did.
Yeah.
By virtue of proudly being a villain instead of pretending to be a hero but being a villain behind the scenes.
Yeah. He knows what he did.
He knows the many things he did.
Davidson is in the house. Davidson is bound to be wild.
I know that voice.
Kevin Michael Richardson, hello.
Yep.
Like I said, Kevin Michael Richardson was in everything in the 2000s.
Yep. I mean, it's not surprising because I usually I cast him as you know, in my fan casting of the 13, I cast him as Onyx Prime. He's so good at doing bestial-like voices.
What's up? What can I do for you, kiddo? I guess you heard I rule the roost around here. Am I right? Huh?
Oh man, don't flatter yourself. You're just another one of those old attractions in this movie land.
What? Wait a minute, Jet. You need to tell me.
Oh, he's an ogre. Okay.
Iron Ogre is his title. He's a rhinoceros.
All right.
Oh, okay.
Now, where you from? Huh? Now, I'm surprised a little punk like you from the real world knew about our plans, man. It ain't gonna matter anyway after I'm finished with you. You understand? So what's with the feed watch on your arm, man? What, you think you're some kind of Mega Man or something?
Mega Man referenced.
Pretty cool, huh?
Even though we wouldn't get a Mega Man of that style until much later with Star Force.
Come up with a good name.
We wouldn't get like a Toku-style
yeah.
Mega Man until like, what, 2006, 2007, I think?
Sorry, Captain Blue's
I don't know, whenever Star Force came out. That's the only Toku-style Mega Man we had at the time. Technically, nowadays, you could count Fully Charged, but no one likes Fully Charged, except for that one guy on Proto Dude's website who insists that the reason that Mega Man is a dead franchise is because people didn't give Fully Charged a chance. And not because, you know, no one was making games.
Let's take a break.
Sorry, but I think Mega Man franchise is dead too, but not because it's boring, it's just Capcom being stupid. Agreed! 100% agreed. They agree that it's recognizable and marketable enough to give us, like, new merch announcements basically every day of the year. But it's been nearly 7 years since the last major game has been announced. And, like, they think it's too financially risky to continually make new Mega Man games on an acceptably regular basis. But it's not financially risky to make action figures, model kits, t-shirts, plushies, episodes of bad TV shows that have an episode dedicated to Concord, different types of action figures, Funko Pops, energy drinks, multiple types of energy drinks now that I think about it, coffee, like all sorts of stuff. There's merch for everything, but no games. And now we don't even have the collections to make up for the lack of new releases, because the last collection that came out was the Battle Network collection, and there's been no peep of a Star Force or Legends collection. We're about done with this fight. Hulk Davidson's one of the easier ones. He's got a real simple pattern. And by this point, you've also got the overpowered combo of slow-mo and zoom-in.
Ouch! You little punk.
A man wears a scar as a medal. Not to say I couldn't win unhurt, of course.
Thus, Joe
We talked over a bit of that, but, like, Hulk Davidson was the one who gave Captain Blue his scar.
fallen into his hands was out
Oh, okay.
the most terrible of plans.
Alright, let's see what Jado's planning next.
The Shadows, seeking to stretch their evil power to the ocean itself, had planted a bomb in the underwater city of Mu. Already, water was starting to flood the city. Thousands of lives were at risk. Joe had no choice but to abandon the search for Sylvia and race to rescue the innocents of Mu.
Dang, this is horrible. I can't even read this junk. But more importantly, a superhero needs a super ride.
Joe boards his
All this work just to die to a black and white bear.
to save the underwater city. Don't forget to see the next installment, 2 Million Leagues Under the Sea.
Is that, that's just every chapter of Danganronpa.
Ready, Six Machine? Let's ride.
That's another thing they had to change the name of in, the English dub of the Viewtiful Joe anime, because Six Machine is supposed to sound like Sex Machine. Or at least that's what the standards and practices over at the WB thought. So they had the dubbing studio swap the name around, so it's no longer Six Machine, it's Machine 6.
Oh, jeez.
And did you hear my thing about how they had to change the Joker enemy's name in the dub of Viewtiful Joe?
No, I didn't.
Basically, because the Viewtiful Joe anime was airing on Kids WB, and Warner Brothers had a thing sort of like 4Kids did with Zorro from One Piece, where they thought, oh, these names are too similar, kids are stupid, and they'll get them confused, and think that the Joker from Viewtiful Joe is the Joker from Batman, which is our intellectual property. So, for the episode that heavily features Joker, they had to change his name to Jokester.
Oh, yeah.
Which is just a bad name for a villain. Why not Jester?
Yeah. Well, I mean, technically, they did own the character of Jester from the Mirror universe.
Yeah, but they don't care about that.
Well, they don't seem to care about Jokester either, because that was also another name for the Joker in an alternate universe.
Yep. Well, also keep in mind, this was like 2004, so it was a different WB back then.
Yeah, that's fair.
This was a WB that was undergoing the Bat embargo at the time, where, like, other shows outside of the Batman were not allowed to have very many Batman characters in them. So people would have to watch the Batman to see the Batman characters. That's why Justice League Unlimited, for all the villains it had, very few of them were Batman villains.
Let's get it on!
Yeah, makes sense.
"2 million leagues under the sea."
Let's rock, baby! Yeah!
Anyway, ever wanted to play a side-scrolling shoot-'em-up in the middle of your platforming beat-'em-up game?
Can't say that I have, but
Well, now we are. If you know anything about Hideki Kamiya, he likes his sudden gameplay shifts to some variation of shoot 'em up that references an old arcade game. Don't know which one in particular this one's referencing. Usually when he does something like that in one of his games, it's a reference to his favorite arcade game of all time, Space Harrier. But in this case, it isn't. I don't play that many side-scrolling shoot-'em-ups. Most of the shoot-'em-ups I've played are, like, top-down.
yeah.
Could be a reference to UN Squadron, I don't know. That was a Capcom game. I know, which, I say that as if it has to be a Capcom game, it's referencing it, because Space Harrier very famously was not made by Capcom. It was made by Sega. Damn, Cuphead, I thought you were original. I mean, if anything, Cuphead's side-scrolling shoot-'em-up stages were referencing stuff like Contra, rather than what this is doing. Ah, shit. Low on health. Ah!
Cut!
You are dead. No big surprise.
Action!
I forgot that the checkpoints are pretty punishing in this stage.
Oh.
I wonder if it's juicy.
I hate my ADHD sometimes because it's like one of those things where it's like, I just got an email from my school saying something about student finance account, and I'm just like, I feel like I need to check that now rather than later. Otherwise, I'm gonna.
Yeah, I
forget
get
about
ya. That's important to check out.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't blame you for that at all. What I do blame you for is the incident.
Yes. Yes, we all know about the incident.
I'm under NDA, so I'm not allowed to talk about the incident. Burger. Need burger. Got burger. Another burger. Need more burger. Welcome to Good Burger, home of the Good Burger. Can I take your order? Extra life, thank you. Speaking of extra life, there's still plenty of opportunities to donate to our Extra Life campaign. You can find the link in the panels below. All of the proceeds from it go to Lurie Children's Hospital. We are not pocketing a cent of this. We are not V-Shoujo, after all.
Of course not.
Anyway, time to fight a Harrier jet. What is this, Metal Gear Solid 2? I didn't even know you could do this, like, aerial screw attack. With a zoom in plus slow motion. That's awesome. Much better strategy than just, you know, spamming slow motion shoot. Wow, that is the quickest I've ever beaten that boss.
Oh boy.
All because I discovered a new cheese strat. Anyway, time to fall. Fall! And watch as I miss most of, the film canisters because I never remember where they're coming up. Called it! I'm thinking we finish this world, and then, we'll call it a night and raid into someone else.
Okay.
Because that'll be a nice, solid 2-hour stream.
Yeah.
2+ hour stream, actually, because we're almost at 2 hours.
Huh. So we are.
Yeah, we're at 1 minute, 58 seconds, and... 1 hour, 58 minutes, and 10 seconds. Or, 1 minute, 58 seconds if you were capturing that time if you were playing The Sims. Totally not me stumbling over my own words, as is my wont to do.
Yeah, right.
Let's see, am I gonna get any power-ups this time, or am I gonna save up my money? I have enough to get the level 2 Mach Speed, but I don't often use Mach Speed in combat. And all it does is give me more after images that hit, like, distant objects and enemies, so I don't think I'll get that. I could pick up a Take-Two, but I don't think I'll need it. I'll pick up one of those later. Because one of the things about Viewtiful Joe, since this is a Hideki Kamiya game, is as you buy more of the same thing, it gets more expensive.
Of course.
You know what? I'll just save up my money. Because then, after this stage, I should be able to get some good power-ups. Maybe one of the more powerful moves, too.
Exactly.
Or at least, you know, the next health upgrade.
Warning, warning, a bomb has been armed. Repeat, a bomb has been armed. Warning, a bomb has been armed. Warning.
Hey, JKR, did you know that a bomb has been armed?
Yes, actually, I did know I was armed.
I didn't know you were armed. I don't see any arms. It's okay, we still love you despite your lack of arms.
If I had arms, I'd be giving you the finger right about now.
Dude, don't talk about fingering me, especially in this model on stream, dude. Save that for the fan art.
Ari, you're like a sister to me.
Yeah, you know damn well that I saw an opportunity, I had to seize it. I had to carpe that DM.
Of course you did.
And you're more like crappy DM.
Fuck is that supposed to mean?
It's a pun on carpe DM.
I get that, but
You know what carpe diem means?
tired.
Seize the day. So crappy DM would be crappy day.
yeah, well, I've had a bit of a crappy day
I don't know.
sometimes, so.
I don't claim to be fluent in Latin. I'm barely fluent in English.
Yeah, I remember trying to learn Latin myself. It wasn't my favorite thing to learn, but I did learn a few things from it, so hey. Yay, I guess. Warning, warning, a bomb has been armed.
God, imagine being tag teamed by two Harleys. I mean, what?
Warning, a bomb
Look,
has
I can
been
look
armed.
past the face. The beauty is on the inside. And from the neck down. Oh god, the brief silence! The brief break from warning, warning, a bomb has been armed.
Warning, a bomb has been armed. Warning, a bomb has been armed.
There is a payoff to this blaring alarm throughout the whole stage. And it comes when you disarm the bomb. Or I might be confusing it with another stage, I don't know. I do have a doodle memory, after all. It's very unphotographic.
Yeah. Warning, warning, a bomb has been armed. Warning, warning, a bomb has been armed.
You know what? I'm not gonna try and hit all those because it just gets you, I think, like, some health, which I don't need. And the thing is, like, you have to fill both of the light meters up at the same time using careful usage of zoom in. One of these days we'll disarm that bomb.
A bomb has been armed. Warning, warning, a bomb has been armed. This is gonna turn into a new running gag on the stream. Warning, warning.
In
a
any,
bomb has
if
been
I
armed.
if I stream through another Metal Gear game that has me disarming bombs, or like a game that has me disarming bombs as part of the plot, this is going to have to be a running gag.
Yes.
Like, it's a shame I already did Metal Gear Solid 2.
Yeah. Warning, a bomb has been armed.
We're almost there. We'll get to the fireworks factory eventually. Gotta break this thingamafucker.
Warning, warning, a bomb has been armed. Cut.
Alright. Can we disarm the bomb already?
Warning, warning, a bomb has been armed. It just keeps fucking going. I can't
Yes,
help it.
it does.
Warning, a bomb has been armed.
That simple trick defeats Joker in one hit almost every time. Dodge his melee attack, then do slow-mo plus zoom-in punch, and he 9 times out of 10 dies in one hit. Because like I said, slow-mo, zoom-in punch is overpowered as fuck. Even if it does drain a lot of your meter, it deals enough damage to counteract that. Do I disarm the bomb now, or do I try and go for the coins? I'm going for the coins. Because I need that moolah. I need that scratch.
The bomb has been disarmed. Repeat. The bomb has been disarmed.
The bomb has been disarmed.
There you go. The bomb is disarmed.
Just go for it!
And it was another stage I was thinking of that has an announcer voice like that has a payoff at the end with a slight joke. But at least there was the bomb has been disarmed. Repeat, the bomb has been disarmed. There's a later stage where that announcer plays again, where you have to stop a train by engaging the emergency brakes and like involves slow motion to get them to stop. If I remember correctly, the way that it ends is like the emergency brakes have been engaged. Repeat, the emergency brakes have been engaged. Thank goodness. I'm on you. Charge up. Ah! Definitely gonna have to buy an extra life after this stage.
Action!
No, I'm still good. I had more lives than I thought I did.
Okay, good to know. That thing just said go to hell.
Yes. Yeah, the higher ranking Bianco enemies, or Bianchis is what they're called. The higher ranking Bianchi enemies, like the Harleys and Joker and these guys whose names I always forget, they can talk. Very limited talking, but they can talk. Like Harleys, a lot of times when you fight them, they'll say, "Don't touch me." Or "can't touch me." I can't make out what it is.
Can't touch this. Also, out of curiosity, Ari, did you see the scripts for Earthfall?
I saw that they were sent out.
Released?
Haven't looked at them yet because I haven't had a chance. I've had a kind of busy day.
I get you. I was just curious if you'd seen them yet.
Let's destroy this cannon, too. There we go. Where's the Billy? Where's the Billy's redeem? It's still there. I haven't taken it down. You might just have to look for it. I haven't removed any redeems recently.
No, she hasn't. I used the I used one of the Billy Mays things earlier today. Early in the stream, actually.
There it is.
Billy Mays here. We did not order a pie.
I got dipping sticks.
It doesn't matter. Damn it, Walt. We did not order any fucking pizza.
Can we at least just sit down and eat a piece of pizza?
And if you're talking about the Billy Mays threatens you redeem, that's still on there too, or it should be.
Might be
Yeah, it's right there.
Yours right now.
Yeah.
You'll have to remove it with surgery guaranteed. But I'm not done yet. I want your truck to look really damaged. Watch this. I'll put a giant hole in your windshield with this hammer in one easy motion. And I'm gonna cover your brake butt. Why? Because of you. That's what.
Right, I use so many times Twitch takes this from my options. I mean, Twitch is kind of fucky on, like, keeping the redeems in a recognizable order from what people have told me. I don't know, it's nothing that I've changed on my end, it's just Twitch being Twitch.
Yep.
Or it could be that you didn't have enough points for it, which I doubt, because you're here so often.
Right?
I don't know. Twitch has had a lot of issues tonight, as we've noticed.
Yeah, like the soundboard got knocked offline, apparently.
I am going to get... I'm gonna get that take 2. And we're going to fight Grand Bruce. Grand Bruce!
Yeah, it doesn't have the same ring to it as Granddad!
Granddad! Flintstones!
I actually had to explain that one to True Prime while he was here. They kept asking me, it's like, oh yeah, I know this one. I'm like, no you don't, because what he was describing was something completely different from Granddad. Like, I was talking about, the original character that Mario represented in, he's a shark.
Yeah.
know you. You're the one who foiled my wonderful, bomb plot, yeah. But mate, you better not be thinking you can just hop on the submarine.
He's just like me, for real, for real.
Wait.
So without, he doesn't have the deep natural voice that you have, Ari.
I'm trying to change that, dude.
No, I'm just saying. It's like I'm saying that as a compliment, dude. I wasn't trying to make fun of you.
I know. I'm just teasing you.
Good.
What are you yapping about? Escape Movie Land. Oh, what an idiot.
Boy, you best shut up, mate. Otherwise, I'll chew your hindquarters like a big stick of
He talks almost like Gollum.
Gum. G-U-M.
No, he doesn't talk like Gollum, he just forgets what he's saying mid-sentence. That's why he's just like me.
Oh, he's got he's got goldfish memory.
I mean, last time I checked, Gollum wasn't Australian.
I mean, I was thinking, like, the way, like, certain lines he was saying sounded like something that Gollum would say. I don't know. Just, that's what I thought. I guess I just have Gollum on the brain. Blame Furred for that.
I mean, it could be worse. You could be like my mom, who keeps getting Gollum and Dobby confused.
Sorry, what?
She keeps trying to say that my dog Olive looks like Dobby, but she keeps saying Gollum instead.
You ought to watch your big mouth until you know you're gonna win. Although,
excuse me.
the big mouth isn't exactly your fault.
Joe emerges triumphant after his first marine battle. The lives of the underwater residents have been saved. Suddenly, the submarine begins to move forward. Without a moment to spare, Joe leaps onto the submarine.
Hey, wait up! Oh, come on! I want to go too!
Will this trail eventually lead to Sylvia? Will the ship become the next Noah's Ark for Joe? Or will he become the next bait for Moby Dick? To find out, don't miss the next installment of Viewtiful Joe, The Viewtiful Escape.
The next chapter's pretty short, but we're gonna continue that probably next week. Because Viewtiful Joe's a pretty short game, and I don't want to go through too much of it in one sitting.
Right, understandable.
Jesus Christ, this menu is delayed. Any minute now. There we go. I knew you could do it. I believed in you all along. I didn't actually believe in it all along. Alright, let's see who we're gonna raid tonight. Let's see if Yop Alonso is still live so I can repay that last raid. Yes, they are still live. They're playing Mado Monogatari, Fia and the Wondrous Aka, which is the RPG that spawned, a new installment in the RPG that spawned Puyo Puyo. Have a good night, Helton Areko. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. Thank you to JKR for co-hosting with me. Go give Yop Alonso my warmest welcomes. I'll see you guys Friday night with Psychonauts. Until then, unpleasant dreams.
Well, we're the boys of chorus. We hope you like our show. We know you're rooting for us, but now we have to go.
Good night, everybody.